All right, welcome to a special reaction podcast here on the Fatboy FadeAway Sports Podcast. Ty, this won't even count as an episode 55. This is just a special reaction.
A week one review.
This could just be, I don't even care about the week one review. You screw both you in that part of it. We're just going Raiders.
We're just going to jump over every team and just go to Raiders.
Really, it doesn't matter.
The Raiders had an exciting matchup. It drove you to where you're at now. What are your original thoughts, your first take on how they played, what happened, what just transpired?
All right, I know seriously we're going to get into other matchups too, but let's just start with the Raiders, obviously, like you said there. I thought it was just, I was tweeting all night. I thought they were dead in the water. I was just ripping on them like I usually do sarcastically about, name a middle linebacker they've had in the last 20 years. Name me and Matt or texting back and forth and right Brian in that group text about name 3 good Raiders in 15 years. Like pathetic conversations. And then so I was kind of stunned when they came back. It was nice to see Edwards get involved finally in desperate situations. To me, it felt like they overdid Waller though.
Oh, I was so frustrated with Carr. He didn't throw to anyone but Waller, the fullback on little out routes, and Renfro occasionally he would go to.
He was
pathetic. He made some great throws, like the Ruggs that post, that high arcing ball he threw was good, and then the winner, the Zay Jones, was good. So he has the touch and whatnot. It just seems like he's not willing to take chances.
Well, there's a reason.
They definitely started off slow in the game compared to the Saints game last year when they just started. I mean, they played.
That was like 2-3 years ago, wasn't it?
I thought they played them last year, right?
With Del Rio?
No, I mean they played the Saints on Monday night last year.
Okay, you know more than I. I didn't know that.
The thing that I don't like about the Raiders, I call him check down Carr for a reason. That's what he does a lot. And I think he went to Waller 19 times in this game, target wise. It seems a little excessive for one guy to get it. What is he, like the next TO or something like that?
And it felt like more than that.
I don't know. I just kind of wish they won the game, so I'm not going to complain. They won the game. That's all I care about. They're frustrating to watch on defense at times. I wish they were a little bit more perfect, but they competed and they got the stops when they needed to. Lamar Jackson isn't the perfect quarterback at times. You saw that. On some of those 3rd and 7s, if he hangs in there a little bit more, I think he can get some completions. But he makes a lot of plays that a lot of average quarterbacks weren't watching. Did any of you guys watch that Peyton Manning, Eli Manning Monday Night Football thing?
No, I was watching at work and listening on the radio at work. They
had this thing where Peyton Manning and Eli Manning on this ESPN app were announcing the game together. It was hilarious listening to them announce it. They're like, man, I never even thought about running. I was thinking past 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's just funny hearing them talk about the game and stuff like that. But I mean, what do you? To me, the Raiders win. It means okay, good start. But I mean, there was a lot of flaws in that win as well, and the Ravens have a lot of injuries. And I don't know. We'll see what happens. Carr, to me, you said he played well. I mean, to me,
I didn't say he played well.
I thought he played pretty horrible, to be honest. I didn't think he played well at all. I thought I would give him a C at best.
A C? What do you speak? Let's go to the other quarterback because he's a big lightning rod for criticism or people have his back. What'd you think? He's just not it. He's can't throw well enough. Ooh. Everything is Lamar. Everything he does is based off him running. If someone gets open, it's based off him breaking the pocket real quick. It's never read 1, read 2, read 3. All right, fire. I don't think you can win football games consistently enough unless you have a top 5 defense like Trent Dilfer's defense or Peyton Manning when he won his last Super Bowl with the Broncos.
Yeah, I mean that's why he's had issues in the playoffs. I think is that he can't throw in the pocket. And that's why they've exited early.
I just think like when you're one dimensional as much as that team is, you got to get your defense has to be top notch. It's got to get a lot of turnovers for that team to be able to. It doesn't mean they can't win. It just you just got to get a lot of. You got to kind of get a good.
It's harder to win.
The percentage is lower. You know what I mean? Type of deal. Like so, that's kind of the way I look at it with those type of deals. So like,
Yeah, like
I like
you
him.
can't
Though.
put the ball on the ground.
I'd rather have him than Derek Carr.
Would you? I don't know.
Yeah, for sure. Are you freaking kidding me?
Look at what he did. He didn't do it. He threw for 150 and ran for 60 and had 2 turnovers on fumbles.
I'd still rather just have him than Derek.
I mean, I don't want Derek Carr, but I don't want to pay Lamar Jackson $200 million contract.
I'd be curious what other Raider fans say. Maybe they like him more. I mean, like I said, I like his personality at times, like with some of his things. But I mean, Jackson, has the capability to have even bigger games than that. I mean, Brian, don't you think that more than Carr?
Yeah, I mean, I think Lamar Jackson has the capability of doing more than Carr does. So I would definitely rather Lamar Jackson than Carr.
I think he just does less at times too, though. I'm not a big Carr guy. I'm just not a big Jackson fan. So I guess I'd rather have Lamar Jackson than Derek Carr, but that's not a very high comparison. You're like Lamar Jackson, like backers would say he's a top 5 quarterback in the NFL. Where I think he's like top 20.
All right, let me take a game like tonight. And I've been a Raiders fan for a long time. So the Raiders win tonight, 33-27. They play a good game. I mean, are you walking away saying Derek Carr, he threw 435 yards, 2 touchdowns, 34 for 56? I mean, are you still walking away saying, man, that guy's good?
No.
And I guess that's the point. I guess that's the point for me is like, there's just, there's a lot of throws out there where it's like, you can have 600 yards if you want to make it. I don't know. Like he throws behind guys. He doesn't lead guys. There's certain moments like in a game where like, you can't throw behind a guy. You got to throw in front of him. You need that extra 2 yards. And like, he just doesn't, I guess that's the part for me, like that separates the top like 6 to 7 guys from everybody else. And that's why the quarterback position is so crucial, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And you said he threw for 400 whatever yards. How many of them were with 40 seconds left in the fourth quarter and after?
True.
Like 200 almost. Like they weren't having a good offensive game. Now they had 33 points. It's amazing.
And to be honest, can I rip on the Raiders for a little bit?
Yeah, absolutely.
What the heck are we doing on that first? And then Leatherhead has
Leatherhead
has the false start on the 1 yard line. I mean, is that not typical Raiders if you've ever seen it? Is that not typical?
I wasn't shocked when I saw it.
I mean, that is unbelievable. My dad had tickets 15 yards behind the end zone. I saw that happen multiple times. I mean, that is it's just but how does that happen? How?
I don't know. But how do you draft a guy who had the second most penalties the last 2 years of college football in the first round?
Because his name is Leatherwood and he played for the Alabama.
For Alabama?
And then he went off. And then he went off sides on that. It was the 2nd and goal by that.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
That's what we're talking about. Just crucial. Just a dumb head play.
It was nice to see Ruggs have at least one good catch in the game.
But why are they doing a hard count? It seemed like it looked like either Carr was expecting the ball or he was trying to. What are you doing on the 1 yard line? Like trying to draw people out. You're not getting anything out of that. Maybe 2 feet.
I texted Brian. I said, and Adam and Matt. I said, let's just do. What are we doing? Like, if it was Madden, I would just do 4 quarterback sneaks. I mean, what are we doing? Like, seriously, right, Tyler? You do the same thing.
Yeah, but if it's Madden, Lamar Jackson,
you're 2 feet away from the goal line.
But that's Madden.
Oh, come on.
You got stuffed the first time.
You're 2 feet away.
You got stuffed the first time.
So
I'm not saying it wouldn't work, but and you're putting your quarterback at risk. You already lost your backup for a dislocated shoulder.
Go ahead, Brian.
Why don't you just do play action to the fullback like the guy? I don't know. Brian, I thought that would have worked.
Lewis Riddick on ESPN with that BS right there. Just doing quarterback.
I don't think it is BS. He would have been wide open because they would have been looking at Waller or somebody else, and it would have been an easy touchdown.
It was just like that throw to Zay Jones to end it. They were expecting a run. Marlon Humphrey gave up on the play as the ball was in the air. He didn't even like chase after the ball once it was thrown.
The problem is Derek Carr would have hit the offensive lineman in the helmet. It would have ricocheted to the Ravens. Just like
come on, let's not put that. That's blasphemy. It's not that bad. He threw a perfect pass. He just threw it too hard.
Would have done that. Come on.
All right, so let me put it this way. All right. Me and Matt are the Raider fans of this little group here. What do we think? Matt, I mean, Brian, you're a Niners fan. Tyler, you're a Niners fan. I'm thinking it's a big win. If they lose this, they're in trouble for sure, right? Like, all right, now we have a chance at maybe 10 wins. Do you guys think anything more than that, right? 10 wins, does that seem like a lot?
Yeah, that seems like a ton. I didn't see 10 win team.
I don't know. I don't see 10 wins out of the Raiders,
but I see about 7.
Asamoah, Mac, give me one other defensive.
Josh Jacobs.
Give me one other defensive player they've had good in the last 15 years. Give me one more. I mean, they had a guy that was good. He played for the Eagles for, was it
Max Crosby?
No, he's good.
Bad Max.
He plays a lot of snaps. They really emphasize on it. I know he is. I love how they emphasize the snap count. That was the best part.
I remember for a while there, you were saying that they've never had a great linebacker before.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Napoleon Harris got a lot of unnecessary.
Name a good middle linebacker, Brian.
What?
Name a good middle linebacker.
Navarro Bowman. Past his prime.
He was not very good for the Raiders.
No, he wasn't. He was terrible.
Brian is stud. You cannot there. And it's like literally the one question, Tyler, I can ask somebody and they can go, I don't know. Because you know what? You don't know. Nobody knows the answer to that question. They've never had a
It's like the people should draft like if they want a middle linebacker, they should take notes from the Ravens and the Niners. The Niners always have a good one, and so do the Ravens. From Lewis to Mosley to Queen, and the Niners from Willis to Bowman to Fred. What the hell?
So basically, steal their draft chart. That's what.
Steal their notes from middle linebacker.
Just like you took Jerry Rice.
Fred Warner. Sorry.
Let's take a break real quick on the Raiders. I'm done talking about their candy asses. They won 1-0. They're up 1-0 record wise here. We'll see what they do. They got a 426 yards. That will get you Pro Bowl numbers though. So Derek Carr, congratulations on that. The Raiders, I'm harsh on you. I know that. We'll be back with some week 1 topics here in a second. All right, we're back here with week 1 reaction. I love doing that to Tyler once in a while.
There's in a hurry.
Just starting right away on you.
Maybe we could talk about something other than the Raiders. What do you think?
Yeah, Brian.
Darren's holding us at gunpoint to talk about the goddamn Raiders. I'm over the Raiders.
Brian,
get to a real football team.
Brian, you shut your mouth right now. You shut your mouth. All right, go ahead. What's something you guys want to talk about? Name something right now. Go ahead, Brian.
Go ahead. Brian. What are your thoughts on the Niners?
NFL, anything. Go ahead.
I was really impressed with the way that the Niners offense played in the game. I wasn't expecting that, to be honest. I was very impressed with the whole offense that they threw on the field. I think Debo's going to have a great year.
Someone's been saying that for a while. But there were a lot of negatives with this Niners game. That first off, why did Ayuk not play? Why did Sherman not shoot?
I knew we were going to get negative from you. I knew it.
We won by 8 points to the Detroit Lions.
And Adam won the bet, Brian. Adam won the bet.
Because we pulled our starters.
Let me get to negative first. We made DeAndre Swift and Jamal Williams look like Pro Bowlers. Our defensive line got gassed for whatever the Lions wanted. I was like, what is going on this defensive line? I thought we were going to be good on the D line.
Do you think it was more because you had a big lead though?
No, because it was early when they were running the ball.
I was at the A's game and I saw that.
Maybe because Kinlaw was out when Kinlaw.
I hope that matters.
He's the guy who stops the run.
Greg Papa was really pumping up D4. I was driving to the A's game. We were listening to it. when they lost to the Rangers. It was set of it. Yeah, that's a different subject.
Well, we bring
Anyways, Greg Papa was really pumping up the Niners. They were up by a ton when I got into the game at 1 o'clock. And then I saw when I was going down, the guy in front of me had the score 41-33 with 2 minutes left. I was like, whoa, what happened here? So update me, people. What happened? The Niners just completely blow it here for like a quarter or something?
I just think that Shanahan just kind of panicked when Verrett went down, and I just think he pulled the defensive starters too early, and that's where the problem happened. And I think they went a little bit too conservative on offense.
Tyler,
I think they should have kept their foot on the gas, to be honest with you.
I think they kind of didn't. Detroit recover a fumble, and then Debo fumbled on a throw.
Yeah, but I mean that was like a free play on the onside kick. I mean, that normally wouldn't have happened, I don't think.
But it happened. What the hell is going on? Make a play on. No one recovers onside kicks anymore. They're like crazy. But anyway, I want to get into positive about the Niners.
Yeah, but hold on. Debo got a 79-yard play. Is that was the stuff that you guys were talking about at the beginning of the year, him being able to go deep?
Yes.
Jimmy actually got it out.
Yeah. Well, he usually does off the field, so he needs to start doing it on the field, right? That's
a low blow. Jimmy played spectacular.
That's why. Let's talk about some positives here.
Oh,
yeah, I want to listen.
Oh, Brian. All right, Brian. What do you guys think of the Bengals? Chase was getting a lot of crap about dropping balls, and he scores a touchdown at 114 yards right off the bat. Rookie of the year. You know, he's a stud.
He's a stud. I was
Tyler's like, take the offensive lineman. I was like, what are you talking about?
No way.
Yeah, you did.
Did you see that offensive lineman set down Nick Bosa?
I did not.
No, you missed that. You were at the A's game.
I was on Highway 101, Brian. You know that.
There's a stuffy Bosa at will.
So you think?
I think you're being a little hard on Bosa. He sat the whole preseason. It was his first game back from an ACL tear.
Why is Tyler like that? He's a little harsh once in a while, but why is that?
And he used to make love with Nate Clements, and the guy was an absolute bum.
Nate Clements? I never made love to Nate Clements. I was more on Justin Smith bandwagon there.
Nate Clements.
Go put your Tim Couch jersey on, Brian.
I'm just going to tell you right now, Tyler, I've had enough of the negativity, and I'm going to tell you shut up.
I do what you got to do, Brian. I'm just being mean. That's what I saw. Penei Sewell played great. He's 20 years old, and he shut down Nick Bosa and held him to 0 sacks.
Tyler, I got to ask this. Were you impressed with Dan Campbell at all?
What?
Were you impressed with Dan Campbell?
I thought he might. After he went for it on 4th down in the first drive, I thought he might get fired after his first game ever coaching. I was like, this guy with his press conferences, and now he's doing like they should have been up 6-0 at minimum. The Lions.
Can we?
No, I wasn't impressed.
All right, can we talk about some other games?
The Niners should have won by 25.
All right, let's talk about a couple other games real quick. Cleveland, Kansas City. Cleveland, is it no shock that they come back and win that game? It's no shock, right? They 33-29. They end up winning the game.
I couldn't believe that. I couldn't believe that throw from Mahomes.
How can you not believe it? Anything he does to me right now is unbelievable.
That's all Tyreek Hill to me.
Oh,
he just heaved one down the field, and Tyreek goes so fast, he makes a play. Like, I don't think that's like great quarterbacking. I don't know.
You said he was the best receiver last year, so I'll give you that.
I still think he's the best receiver.
He's
the best weapon.
Seattle wins 28-16. Wilson throws 4 touchdowns. Chris Carson runs for 91 yards. Wilson Lockett again, top receiver. Seems like the Seahawks are they're going to be there, right? Like Brian.
Yeah.
All the NFC West teams won. Congratulations, you're on a good start.
Yeah, man, I'm looking good with that prediction.
Hey,
you guys
hold on. Let me get that. The NFC West all won, and the AFC West all won. The West Coast is 8-0 to start the year.
Exactly. It's all on the West Coast right now.
Yes, yeah, a lot of we should be playing a lot of California love tomorrow.
Yes, we should.
On the drive to work. All right, a couple other games of interest. I thought Chargers beat the Redskins. Herbert 337 yards. Tyler, your Chargers Super Bowl prediction. Get off to a good start. My Steelers also beat the Bills. You guys have to be happy. You got to be a little surprised by that, Johnson. I felt like the Allen love was a little too much at the beginning of the year. I just
hold on. You picked him to win MVP.
No, I did not.
Who'd you pick to win MVP? Yes, you did. You
Did I
picked
pick
Josh
him?
Allen. Yeah.
I don't know. I need to double check the videotape of that one.
You definitely picked.
I
Josh
don't
Allen.
know.
I think the biggest shocker of the whole Sunday was, man, the Packers just got dominated by the Saints. I didn't see that coming.
And Tyler called them the Aints when we did the NFL prediction.
My biggest.
Go ahead, T.
My biggest shocker was Jalen Hurts looking like Russell Wilson. He looked good.
Well, you got to give our at Savage guy credit. He's been saying he's a superstar. Maybe, and I kind of said he was good. You kind of been on more the negative side of him. I never said he was great.
I've just never heard of a college player getting yanked, a quarterback getting yanked at halftime and the team getting better and then be the superstar in the NFL. It just seems weird.
But Tua hasn't looked that great either with the Dolphins, even in their win. I felt like I only watched 12 minutes of the highlights. I gotta be honest. But when I watched it, like just in the highlight throws and stuff, I'm like, I don't know. Like it's kind of like the defense has to play well, you know what I mean? Type of thing.
That's kind of how I thought of all the rookie quarterbacks, except for the two that didn't play. They all couldn't complete passes downfield. It was all checkdowns. Yeah. Mac Jones might have completed one pass 15 yards down the field. Tua just checks down. Waddle, I love the rookie receivers, like getting paired up with the quarterbacks they played with.
You called that right away.
They did. All three of them scored a touchdown, and they all played like they knew what they were belonged in the NFL.
That's why I thought Waddle looked good on Miami.
Hey, would you guys also let me get a couple other scores here. Arizona over Tennessee 38-13. That was kind of shocking.
Oh, here we go with the Cards talk.
We're
bring that one.
You have them in the playoffs, Brian.
Yeah,
I'm proud of that win.
Brian, I knew Darren was going to bring the Cards up. I know.
Brian does have a big Cardinals fan. Brian, you got to have a second team in your Raiders or your first team. It's a general rule. You got to have at least another team. It's like the Cardinals are a great team. Come on, I picked a crappy team at the time. Yeah, they bowled it.
I was always a player guy, so I liked Peyton Manning, so I would vote for the Colts, or I liked Carson Palmer, so I would vote for the
Jerry Maguire is my reason for liking it.
Sounds like you're a big bandwagon fan.
And Brian is a big bandwagon fan. We know that from the beginning.
I'm not a big band. I've liked the Niners since I was a kid.
The
Niners.
The Niners, I can't say you're not a bandwagon fan of the Niners, that's for sure. All right, any other games, Tyler? Come on, there had to be another game that caught your attention there. How about the Patriots? We said they were that was a big game for me to watch, and they ended up losing. It looked like they blew it. They fumbled.
You don't have Tom Brady walking through that door anytime soon, Adam. Take that L.
So much for Adam. Adam said 12-5.
Right, you said they're making the wild card. You said
you can still make the wild card.
You're in bed with Adam right now. You said they're making the wild card.
You're homoerotic.
They can still make the playoffs, but they're not going to be
playoffs. We're talking about playoffs.
You said they were making the playoffs there. So you should be a fan right now of the Patriots. It's disappointing you're rooting against them. Why is that? Come on.
I mean, I feel like, Darren, you defend them a little bit too much. I think you're an armchair fan over here.
What? Darren likes to rub people the wrong way to get them to say something that they don't want to say or they don't mean to say.
Brian, I'm taking my hat off. I'm so disgusted.
Adjusting the camera and letting you have it.
I just want to say 174 fantasy points in my money league.
Tyler, did you end up winning yours as well with Edwards?
I pulled it out. Those last two plays of regulation put me ahead, and then Edwards went in for that game-winning score that got called back that set it in stone. 1-0, first place, most points in the Jordy Lou Fantasy League.
Who did you beat?
Book it. The only person I like beating more, than anyone else, Francis Flynn the fourth.
Right, yeah, like
On the last second. I left work early because I was like, screw this game. I'm going to lose. I'm listening on the radio. Edwards catches a 20-yard pass. I'm like, oh, there's 2.5 points. I need 1.5 more points. And he catches a 19-yarder. And I was like, I win.
How does football connect us like this in America, like any other sport? I'm serious. Like, how does it do it? Like, I love baseball, but it just, people don't like I'm tweeting things and like people respond to football. Like, I don't know, what is it?
I just think it's like it's the most exciting game, I think, in America.
It's so boring at times. There's literally one play and then it stops for 40 seconds. You know what I mean? Like, in that sense, like, what is it about it?
I think there's yeah.
Go ahead, Tyler.
Go ahead, Brian. No, Brian, go ahead.
I think there's so much potential for like big plays in football. I think that's why people enjoy it so much.
I think people love fighting. I've always said this about human beings. They like the human nature. They like the physical part of it. Like, think of a fight at a school. If there's a fight at our high school, right? What happens? The crowd runs towards.
Well, what the heck to do with football?
I just feel like people love the violence.
You can't even hit guys
that.
hard anymore.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think it's just the easiest sport to follow. So people pick like up on that sport as they get older who aren't sports fans who become sports fans.
Because they can watch it on certain days, Sunday.
And it's just easiest to follow. I don't know. People.
Hey, let me ask you this: are you jealous if you had a perfect world? Like, we're on the West Coast, so our whole life we watch games at 10 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 5 o'clock, and then in a perfect world, would you rather be on the East Coast?
Hell no.
Where you watch the game where the first game starts at 1 o'clock?
Maybe if I was a church going folk, I'd like that, but I ain't a church going folk. I want to get up, do my couple hours of research and watch some football, or at least follow football for that day.
I know. I remember, that's the best part. Watching football in the morning for sure. Johnson, I go over to your house, that damn ass small room of yours, watch football over there for sure.
I know. And this guy always said, put it on the cards.
Jeff Blake was good. I needed them to win games back then. All right. The only other game that I kind of wanted to discuss, I thought was a little bit interesting, just for my sake, was the Rams Bears, because I had the Rams in the Super Bowl. Why are we starting Andy Dalton? What are we doing?
I don't know.
Yeah,
Matt Nagy wants to get fired.
They gotta go with Justin Fields.
All right, week 2. Any game?
Hold on. I'm not done with that.
Go ahead.
Were you impressed with the Rams?
Yes.
They were playing.
I did watch the second half when I got home from the A's game.
Like, what part were you impressed? Like the offense?
I was impressed with their offensive execution. I was impressed with the way that there's some of their play calls with Stafford. Like, I like how they went deep more. I feel like Stafford, you're on the Lions. I mean, there's only so much of a ceiling. I feel like with the Rams, he has better players around him. The defense has better players. I just feel like they'll be more competitive. That's kind of
I agree. I mean, they're better than they were last year with Stafford and setting off.
I mean, I have 2 neighbors that were arguing me 2 months ago that Goff was better than Stafford. I was like, are you guys out of your mind?
Well, they don't follow football, or they're
they were like, I'm doing fancy football.
Hopefully they're not listening to this, but they're idiots.
Well, they can listen to this shit if they're talking.
When I'm watching the Rams on offense, I feel like I'm watching Phillip Rivers on the Chargers. Don't you feel that?
So you think they're a championship round team? That's it.
Yeah.
Brian, screw you.
You know what? I was really hoping the Raiders would lose tonight.
I know you were. I knew you were. That's why I called you out in the text message. I said, where are you? I said, you were not responding for an hour there. You had to wake up. I don't know what you were doing there.
Let's take a quick break, and we'll come back with who we still believe in fantasy, and someone who went high in the draft who we no longer have any faith in, if there is somebody.
into it. All right, we're back here with, I think, the last segment here on the Fatboy FadeAway Sports Podcast special reaction. I personally prefer the first section of this podcast where we talk about the Raiders winning, but we'll get into this, the other part of it here. Tyler, you got some question for us referring to week 1. I might bring up some week 2 stuff, but go ahead, hit us with some questions here.
We're all in fantasy football, as a lot of people are. Millions and millions, as The Rock would say.
Crazy.
Who's the guy who got drafted too high this year that's just going to bust all over your face?
Brian, you want to go first? You want me?
I can go. I just think I just have a feeling like this is going to be a year that I know you think I'm going to be crazy, but I just think Aaron Rodgers is going to be disappointing like week after week. I just don't think it's going to be the same Aaron Rodgers this year fantasy wise.
Brian,
I feel like with the weapons he has around him, he won't get better I
think that's a good choice.
With the man bun, he's lost all the powers.
Just listen to my reasoning. I just think that
that's what I'm trying to get to, Brian. I want to hear some of your reasoning.
I just think he has an attitude like, he doesn't want to be there, and he has an attitude like, I really just want to, I guess I'm not trying. I guess I'll curse on fuck.
Yeah, you can't curse.
Brian, this is not
Brian,
Fox News.
Brian, you brought up Aaron Rodgers. Let's go to the 2 higher picks from the Packers, Aaron Jones and Devontae Adams. What do you think they're going to have a bad year as well because of Rodgers?
They're linked, basically. All right,
because those are the higher picks of the Packers.
Yeah, I think
how
Aaron
about Elliott?
Jones,
he's gonna blow. How's Elliott not gonna blow? He's gonna.
I don't think Elliott will. No, he won't. The Bucks are good.
How about Julio Jones?
I got Julio. I think the Titans' offense is in trouble. Henry's just gotten the ball too much. He's hitting that threshold where
it's one.
Everyone who gets the ball that much, the next year struggled. CJ, 2K struggled. Jamal Lewis struggled.
No, the Cardinals
are on your body.
I just think the Cardinals are a great team, like Brian said early in the year. I just think that's part of the reason why. I think the Titans could bounce back.
You're talking about a Tennessee team there that's very defensive.
I definitely didn't say that.
They put the Jaguars twice and the Texans twice. That should be 4 wins right there. They should be able to.
I'm not talking about wins. I'm talking about guys I don't want on my fantasy team that I drafted in the first round. I could have drafted.
I'm a little worried about Justin Jefferson. I drafted for the Vikings.
The thing about Justin Jefferson, last year, he scored so many touchdowns in garbage time if you look at it. He had all these touchdowns that he almost scored one last week that it looked like it should have been a touchdown.
All right, so I lost.
Saw the play.
I lost in my $100 league, and let me look right now live. And I won in my $50 league. So the one for 100 I lost, the one for 50 Brian I won. This is the team I have with Johnson. I have can I give you the team, Tyler? I have Herbert,
absolutely,
boy, Cup.
He auto drafted half the team, to be honest.
I auto drafted 3 picks, Brian.
What size Cup?
Chubb, Taylor. They took Chubb, Taylor, and
Taylor. The Colts, Taylor.
He had a good week this week. But in both my teams, I have Hunt and Chubb, so I'm very reliable on the Browns this year. So I also think Chase will have a good year. I had him, but I didn't play him. And that's what killed me.
So Chase is the guy you took late that you think will have a big year?
Yeah, because in my one league, you can keep a rookie and somebody else.
Yeah, mine is Mike Williams from the Chargers. I think he's going to have a huge year. He's always been uber talented. I'm surprised it's taken this long. And with Herbert throwing him the ball and Keenan Allen drawing the double teams, and then Eckler hopefully healthy. So he's every week to week, you don't know.
Yeah.
I think he's going to have a big year. And I think Odell Beckham's going to bounce back whenever he decides to play.
And you believe in the Chargers a ton. So
yes.
That's not surprising. That's not surprising at all. Can we look at some of the NFL week 2 games?
Yeah.
All right. Who do you get? So to me, the thing I'm a little disappointed in is, I got to be honest with you, is like for me as a football fan, I really look forward to the primetime games, Brian. And now that I don't have cable TV, I really look forward to the NBC game. That's the only game I get to watch on cable TV at the moment, unless I go to my parents' house. I know. Shut your mouth if you're out there. I know it's pathetic, but hey, it's California, so deal with it. Yeah, it is what it is. At least this week it's Chiefs Ravens, so I'm okay with that game. That's a game I get to watch.
You do make love to the Chiefs.
Yeah, but at least I have Mahomes in a fantasy team, so it makes it respectable. And I get ESPN, and guess what game we get? Packers Lions.
Oh, the Lions.
That's why I invest in Sunday Ticket, man.
I mean, how are we getting Packers Lions honestly on Monday Night Football? How is that happening? When Chargers Cowboys are out there, or Seahawks Titans, or I mean, even Cardinals Vikings. I mean, what are we doing? To me, I told you, Tyler, it's a very frustrating thing for me. I don't know what it is about that stuff, but you know how I am about nostalgic, retarded stuff like that. But that's how I feel.
Well, just throwing them under the bus. I don't know what to say. Yeah, I don't want to watch the Detroit Lions. I already had to watch them one time because my team was playing them. They're not good. They're not good at all.
I don't know. I
have a great left tackle though.
I guess it bothers me more than you guys, or even Niners Eagles. I mean, why isn't that on? Oh, I'm looking. Yeah, we gotta get Savage on this week.
I'm down to have him on for a segment.
At least a little 5-minute segment, a little 5-minute Q&A. A little Eagles Niners talk. Brian, can we wrap it up with a little prediction here? Is that good, fellas?
Yeah.
All right. I'll throw a couple games out. Give me a couple early predictions. I know injuries, you can't get it. Giants, Washington, Thursday night. Tyler, quick reaction.
Where's it at?
Washington.
Whoever's at home.
The second team will be the home team. Okay. Giants, Washington.
Washington.
Tyler or Brian?
I'm gonna go with the Giants.
All right, another game for me that I'm kind of interested in is Rams at Colts. Tyler?
Colts.
Brian, too slow. Patriots
I mean, the Colts have been so bad on the offensive line.
I gotta go with the Rams.
With Donald, it's going to be a little difficult.
Brian, give me a chance. You own the NFL Network. You should know this schedule right now. I know I should have
the Rams.
I like that though. They're in the Super Bowls. I like that pick.
I just think that I don't think the Colts are going to be very good this year.
Niners at Eagles, Brian.
Well, I'm going with the Niners.
By 10 or less.
Nope, the win.
I'm taking the Niners.
I guess I'll have to go fly, Eagles fly. I will have to.
I feel a little doubt in Tyler's voice.
I had to think about it. I'm a little worried. I think the Eagles are going to be a little tougher.
The biggest game of the week. The biggest game of the week. The one that matters the most. Raiders at Steelers. A rivalry like none other.
Raiders at Steelers. It's going to be 18-0 Steelers.
By the end of the first quarter.
No, by the end of the game. They're both terrible.
Steelers.
Isn't it? It's horrible. The Raiders get no love. that win, I told you guys, that win meant
in Pittsburgh, you guys don't have a chance.
Pittsburgh just shut down Buffalo and Buffalo. I'm not betting on the Steelers. Or
a couple more. Titans at Seahawks.
Seahawks.
No.
Did you see the tit and caboodles play? Whoever they just played, they got
I think the Titans will rebound. I think I'm taking the Titans.
Brian, your confidence is. I like that. Chiefs at Ravens.
Who you pick?
Me? Oh. I'll take the Titans.
Okay. Chiefs at what?
At Ravens.
Chiefs. The Ravens suck.
Yeah,
they lost to the Raiders.
You gotta go with the Chiefs in this game.
I'm gonna go with the Ravens. I think the Ravens.
Did you know Mahomes hasn't lost a game in September?
I think the Raiders beat the Steelers and then they're in first place going into week 3, and I can celebrate a championship. That's it. All right, here's the other game I kind of forgot about: Bills at Dolphins.
I think the Bills.
Definitely Bills.
Should we give Adam a little love here with his team? Should we give him
anyone but the Patriots? They don't have Tom Brady anymore.
I see it. I don't even know. I don't even see the Patriots on here.
They play someone not very good. The Jets.
They play the Jets.
If they lose to Zachary, that's not good.
Can we get into Jimmy Clausen? I mean,
Yes,
Zach
let's-
Wilson.
Yeah, he played well. 2 touchdowns, right?
He played like shit.
Jimmy
He played good
Clausen,
in
come on.
mop-up time.
Jimmy
He was like nine. He was
Clausen.
like nine. He was
Jimmy
9 for like
Clausen.
24 with like 89 yards. And then they were getting blown out, and he put up some numbers, some touchdowns to Corey Davis.
How do you compare him to that bum from the Bills?
From who?
He didn't
He was
have a
on the
very.
Bills, Jimmy Clausen.
He was on the Panthers.
But he was
Tyler's
on
right.
the Bills at one point.
Tyler's right though.
Yeah,
He only completed 20 of 37 passes.
He's not a good. I don't see it.
Is it because he went to
Looks like-
BYU?
Yeah, probably. I mean, Steve Young went to BYU. He was good.
Yeah, that doesn't matter to you.
I mean, a little bit. I like Steve Young. It's weird though. I was thinking about this. I don't want to draft ever a quarterback from BYU or Notre Dame, and that's where Montana and Young went. And I don't ever want to draft a quarterback. They're always overhyped and bums.
I don't want to draft him from LSU.
I know.
They're
But
all
Brady
Jamarcus Russell.
Quinn was a bust.
Brady quit. Yeah, you loved Brady when he came out.
Deshaun Kaiser, bum.
I always think Brian liked his
Overhyped.
Oh,
hair.
come on. You're bringing up these guys that I supposedly like.
You liked Brady
Coming
quit.
from a guy that said Matt Ryan was going to be a bum.
You always go there with that one. That's always the go-to one. I'll agree. He's turned out to be better than what I thought. I'll agree. But he has not won the Super Bowl, thank God. That he should have, for sure. All right, anything else you guys want to talk NFL-wise? Are we good?
I think we should wrap it up.
Okay.
As Tyler would
Well,
say.
Brian,
wrap-
you have something to say? No, I want to hear
Go ahead,
that.
Brian. Come on. Let's
One
go.
quick thing.
Well, this
I
is
was
fun.
just gonna say the Niners signed Kirkpatrick to fill the void of
Who?
Barrett down.
Who?
Can we get into the Niners training staff? What the hell is going on? Every year they're always in
Who's hurt
injury
now?
like crap.
Who's hurt
Brett?
now?
Mostert
Yeah, Mostert's on the IRA, so that kills my
and
team.
Barrett's out for the year.
But how good did Mitchell look from Louisiana at least? And he looked good.
We were playing the worst team in the NFL.
Do you really think the Lions are the worst team in the NFL?
Here he is. Here
Worse
is the
than the Jets?
negative Millie himself. Here he comes.
What did I say wrong? That you think the Lions are good? They're terrible.
You think they're worse than the Jets?
Yeah, I mean, I'd rather have Goff than Jimmy Clausen.
Jaguars?
Yeah, I'd rather have DJ Moore, Robbie Anderson, and
To me, those are the 3 worst teams, right?
Christian McCaffrey. I mean, they have weapons at least. You can.
Those are the 3 worst teams, I'm thinking.
No, there's other teams out there.
Who's worse than those teams? Those are the worst.
The
I'm just saying.
Texans.
That's why this is a good podcast today. That's why I
The
like it.
Texans. The Texans blow
Why are they not playing Watson?
because he has 20 like
That's
cases again or whatever's going on. I don't know. I'm not getting into that. That's not mine. I think he should play. I don't think.
I just heard that he doesn't want to be there and they don't want to play him. So that's what it comes down to.
Why don't they want to play him, Brian?
All right, honestly, where does he end up? He's not ending up in a liberal state. Where does he end up? Let's be honest.
I think he ends up in Miami.
Yeah, I
Tua's
can see Miami.
not good enough.
With the Dolphins.
Yeah.
You guys are cracking me up.
Why does that crack you up? Why is that crazy?
Donald Trump approves this message. He approves lots of going to this.
Taking advantage of your masseuse. All right. Well, that's the end of this. It was a pleasure. Thank
All
you.
right,
Like
later,
and
guys.
subscribe, please.
All right.
Have a great
we're out.
night.
Later.
Enjoy week 1.
All right, we'll see you week 2. See you Sunday.
Later.